What are the most important poker abbreviations? VPIP, PFR 3-bet. Imagine sitting at a poker table, trying to figure out what your opponents are really doing behind their actions. That's where tracking software comes into play. It gathers key stats that help you see patterns and tendencies. Today, we're focusing on 3 of the most useful abbreviations: VPIP, PFR, and 3-bet. These stats are like your poker GPS, guiding your decisions and helping you improve your game. First up is VPIP, which stands for voluntarily put in pot. This stat shows how often a player voluntarily invests chips into the pot before the flop. It includes calling or raising but not forced bets like blinds or antes. For example, if a player calls or raises in 20 out of 100 hands, their VPIP is 20%. A high VPIP means they play a lot of hands, making them loose, while a low VPIP indicates they are tight and selective. Knowing this helps you understand if an opponent is likely to call too much or fold often. It's a fundamental stat to track because it shows how engaged a player is in the hand. Next is PFR, which stands for preflop raise. This measures how often a player raises before the flop. It's a sign of aggression and confidence. If a player raises in 25 out of 100 hands, their PFR is 25%. Since all raises count toward both VPIP and PFR, but calls only increase VPIP, PFR is always equal to or less than VPIP. The difference between the two tells you if a player is aggressive or passive. A small gap means they raise often, while a large gap suggests they call more than they raise. Tracking PFR helps you decide when to be cautious or aggressive against different opponents. Finally, we have 3-bet, which is short for 3-bet. This is the re-raise after an initial raise before the flop. For example, if player A raises and player B re-raises, player B is making a 3-bet. It's a way to apply pressure and test opponent's strength. The 3-bet stat shows how often a player re-raises pre-flop. It takes longer to gather enough data for this stat, but it's very useful for spotting aggressive players who bluff or re-raise often. Knowing an opponent's 3-bet frequency helps you decide whether to fold, call, or re-raise yourself. Using tracking software, these stats build a profile of your opponents. If someone has a high VPIP but low PFR, they are likely passive and call too much. If they have a high 3-bet rate, they might be aggressive and bluff more often. Adjusting your strategy based on these stats can help you exploit their tendencies. It also helps you control your own mindset and game management. When you see these numbers, you can decide when to tighten up, loosen up, or be more aggressive. To sum it up, VPIP shows how often a player voluntarily enters pots, PFR reveals how often they raise before the flop, and 3-bet indicates how often they re-raise. These 3 stats are essential tools for studying opponents and improving your own game. Tracking them helps you make smarter decisions, stay focused, and develop a winning mindset. Whether you're using software or just observing, understanding these abbreviations can give you the edge at the table.